was talking to this super needy woman yesterday, and then I'm just thinking this morning how I come across a lot of people like this, not just men, I mean not just women, but men and women, that are like talk about loneliness all the time and just needing people to help them with everything. Like even on Facebook, I'll see people post like, anybody know somebody that can, and it's like the smallest things, and I'm like, people cannot figure out most things. And I just never feel lonely. Like I always wish I had somebody to do things. Like the only time I think about needing kind of a man really is like if I need to hang something that's too high, or I don't feel like taking out the trash. But as far as me like laying down wishing someone was near me or wishing I had someone to talk to, I just never feel that way, and I never have. And I'm kind of just wondering if, and like this morning on our Bible study and worship and stuff we do with my coach, Money, I'm just wondering if, and like I was talking about being angry that I've had 2 partnerships with my business as of right now that have just turned into complete shit, and I'm right back by myself. And I'm just like, in my relationships, in business, is God just trying to show me that it's pretty much gonna be me, that you can't really rely on anyone, you can't really trust anyone, that the foundation is gonna have to always be me. And for me, that thought is exhausting, because I'm great at what I'm great at, but I'm not great at what I'm not great at. But that doesn't have to necessarily be a partnership. It could be staff. And then even that, like, I'm very frustrated yesterday. I had to send some people home. I put up with a lot, this industry, like, coming in late, all those excuses, all the issues. But energy, I cannot take. When you got bad energy, you getting the fuck away from me, like, expeditiously. Like, I literally, my soul, like my body, I can't take it around me. I cannot take it. And so it's just a lot. It's just a lot. But I'm putting this girl on to like this opportunity yesterday, and like very plainly, like, oh, here's the site, do this. Can you help me get the, no. Why can't you figure this stuff out? But they literally can. And I was thinking about this morning, like my anxiety with people. I think that's why I'm not lonely too, because I'm just going into this seclusion, and I have been for like a few years now, of not wanting to be around people anymore, not wanting people talking to me. I'm walking with my head down because I don't want people to recognize me and talk and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of feeling like, after watching another podcast like 2 weeks ago, that's probably the enemy that's giving me this anxiety. People already don't like me, so if I have anxiety, which they don't know, and they're thinking I'm not wanting to speak to them, that furthers the narrative that she's a bitch and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, nah, I really feel sick being around people at this point. And it started, with trauma that I just got to heal within myself. Just not wanting to help people anymore. And the anxiety started with when I was in housing, because just like the restaurant, people don't really know how hard I work. And then I was working so hard for people And I was a black girl, you know, begging white people for money to build houses for black people. And on both sides, I would deal with so much just being in the middle. You know, it was nothing for me to, you know, discuss a family and a white person would say, well, how many daddies does the kids have? You know, like gut punch shit that I would have to just take on the chin. And, or, you know, at a ribbon cutting ceremony where a woman has lied to me, crying single mom, and then a fiance shows up to the ribbon cutting. And then all the white people looking at me like, we just gave 100 bands to this, you know. And then to have the women lie to me, and to have people come, you know, just so disrespectful. You need to find us somewhere to stay. And I remember my last straw, like when I resigned, this woman was living with her mom for years. I mean, years. And because of how I presented her family and presented myself, fuck her family, honestly, the way I presented myself to these people time and time again, they started just giving more and more and more. So she had this exquisite house. And the bitch called me after they had given all these extra. The bitch called me 5 days straight talking about her kitchen window screen was missing. Bitch, go to Lowe's. Go to Lowe's. And when I sent my resignation, she sent something back. And I said, you know, my time with you pushed me out of here because of how ungrateful you were. And I told my boss I was going to say it. My old boss, I was going to say it. And she felt so awful. Like, people don't realize when you work to serve, y'all just, you don't know what we go through. You do not know what we go through. And it's just so disrespectful the way you treat us. And, you know, then I would, in that industry, I would be out with my family or at the grocery store or anything, and nobody ever had any chill. Like, you never thought, let me call T on Monday. I'm sitting at dinner with my sons and you're like, oh, I'm glad I saw you. I need this. I need that. I need this. And can you do this? And can you do that? And can you do that? Can you let me eat with my children? Can you let me eat with my children and my mom? I already give 60-hour weeks to y'all. But when you see me with my fucking family, leave me the fuck alone. So then I have that. Then with my mom's life, people are just so disrespectful. I understand she's a politician, but she's a politician. I am not. And to me, she's also an older woman. So there's a level of respect that you bitches should just have. I'm literally in the grocery store, walking around or anything, and people will say, like, are you Tina's daughter? And I always got to be prepared, because I don't know if you're saying it kindly, or I don't know if you're saying it rude, and there's about to be some shit. And they'll just literally into my face, well, what has your mother done? And what? I'll smack you. This is my mom. I would never do this. And what pisses me off is most of y'all mamas ain't nothing. Your grandma ain't nothing. And I still would never say, well, did your mom ever work? Did your mom, you know, is she out of the same projects? I would never say that, because this is an older lady. Like, people just lack so much respect. And, you know, same with the restaurant. Like, it's just the stuff that people say. Like a man last night, we have, you know, everybody has digital menus now. So I'm like, you know, you can scan the QR code. Well, that's just awful. No, human trafficking is awful. Just scan the fucking code and shut the fuck up. You know? I need to stop cussing, because they ain't gonna let my YouTube video go. That's all for now.